Man, I'm so glad this worked out. All I was missing, I bought this bike. It didn't have the carb on it, but had the factory air box still. So I ordered a new air filter that's in there. All I was missing was these sleeves that connect the carb from the air box. And for $5 at Lowe's, I bought these. They already come with the clamps already on them. I just cut off one end like this, took the clamps off, cut the end, and look how perfectly it pretty much fits. Just barely, tiny little bit at the bottom on each. So I don't know if that's gonna create any kind of a vacuum. So I understand why it's curved, but those parts, as you can see, I've got it taped, but that plastic sticking out of the air box is a lot. So like, it'll be like mostly covered and clamped down. So I don't think that'll be a leak or a vacuum leak at all. So, like I'm stumbling on, those sleeves were like $40 or like 30 something at least, were the cheapest ones I could find, and something like 3-4 weeks for shipping. So that's just like, I'm not gonna do all that. Are these sleeves broke? Man, those are pretty cracked. And I think I see like a break right there. Man. Yeah. They look way worse than they actually are when you get to... They shouldn't be leaking. Yeah, they're just cracked. But I'd love to buy both the original parts, so everything's right. But for right now, to just get it up and running, that's perfectly fine, I think. So I'm gonna get the clamps on it. Like I mentioned, it's still gonna have the clamps. So you know, clamp there, clamp there. I think it'll be fine. There it is with clamps. Definitely not concerned with the back. The back is, man, that's nice. That's in there. The my concern then would be this. Huh. That's not much. I mean, that's definitely why it's curved. So we'll see. I'll move the clamp over to the right a little bit more. But that's pretty good. That's not too bad for $5 at Lowe's. That is one heck of a fit for $5 at Lowe's, and just cutting one little strip off of it. So I'm gonna get this done to the other side, and then clean up the rest of the fuel tank. And see that oil. Is there a gasket right there? Is that where the top means? That's weird. That's sorry. It's the first time I've seen that. Or is that just a oil line? It didn't get cleaned up. No, it's like a gasket in there. This would be nice to read up about this more. Watch a few videos, but I got the gist of it. I hooked up the carburetor and everything the other day all by myself. I didn't look anything up. It just took me a while to look at. I had them both, going this way versus one going that way, one going around the wheel like it's supposed to. So, and I mean, if you haven't done it, you just don't know until you try. That's what I'm here to do, is learn and try. I would probably like to replace this original, looks like original coil, starting coil or ignition coil. I'm getting really low. The cable looks a little iffier over here. I'm not getting as strong of spark on the other side. I've changed spark plugs, and I use that spark plug on that side. and it was weaker. So yeah, I'm gonna change that out as soon as I get the money and get one ordered. I kept this pretty budget friendly, so I mean, I literally, besides like my time and money at the car wash, blasting the tank out, I have a few days of work. I mean, not like straight days, but clean it up, oil change, air filter, spark plugs, stuff like that. New battery, brand new battery over there. So I've got everything ready to go. It's the battery was dying a few times the other day, and I'd asked you guys, how that worked. But I guess once you get over like 3,500 or about 4,000 RPM, the system's going to start charging the battery. So once I get this up and running, I'll be good to go. So it's got that, like I'd asked, that 130 cold crank amps to start. Is that enough? And yeah, it seems to be. It just, hopefully the charging system works so that it's back to, 12 point whatever, almost 13. I guess it's supposed to be at like 13.5 volts or higher when it's charging or running or at that higher RPM. So I'm going to test that with the multimeter. And yeah, let's get fuel lines ran. Let's get that fuel pump, or not fuel pump, fuel filters on. And let's get that gas tank out here finally. Here's the other side all done. It is nice and snug on there. I even felt from inside. I took out the brand new air filter. Nice thing here. Took this out and really like reached in here and felt from the inside. And I'm really confident in this. So. Yeah, I'm definitely confident in the way those worked out versus what I was thinking to begin with. I'm all good to go here, guys. I'm gonna button this back up and finish up on running fuel line and fuel filter. Unfortunately, I got these huge filters in this fuel. I've got some fuel line, 1/4-inch fuel hose, and clamps with filters for like $10 on Amazon. I didn't realize how big they are. They're kind of in the way because there isn't a whole lot of room down in there. But the one that goes over into the other side is perfectly fine. But the one that, by the time this drops down, it starts right about here. And then all it's got to do is go to like right there. So it's really, and then especially with the top of this being in the way, there's not a whole lot of room for a filter. But I'm going to make room because it's still, man, I think this thing really shined up compared to what it was like. And all that rusty liner is definitely starting to come out a lot more, if not all of it. So. Oh, that's a pretty good view, actually. As you can see, pretty rusty, but also pretty cleaned up in a lot of these spots. It's a good view. Take a look around. It's the best I've seen it. Yeah, definitely a fuel filter. But I don't see any liner hanging or falling off too badly. Just like hanging there. That's what I was doing earlier, just peeling off stuff that was just hanging. So, it was worse. So. Alright, let me get all my lines hooked up here. And I'll be back with you when I'm all done. And as the sun is coming up, I just got done. I literally worked on this from about midnight to 6:30 in the morning. But fuel lines ran, fuel filters. Got these sleeves on real good. Just gotta run some of these. I'm gonna put some fuel in this and see if it leaks or anything. Kobe's way up top. I know these aren't like perfect or evenly spaced, but I wanted to get them mostly on the studs and as secure as possible. They're not even creaking or anything. Come on, kitties, jump up there. Kobe's gonna get all your snacks. Hey, did you go eat those cat? Of course you would. Went over and ate the cat treats. Go check out your cat shelf. Spend hours on it. Boom. Alright, let's get out of here. Hopefully this pops off. I got it to kind of pop off one time with the kickstart. So now let's switch over. I've got it on the tender. First time the carb's been on it really, and it's leaking quite a bit. So I'll just turn on the fuel just long enough, turn the petcock over to on just long enough to try to start it up a few times, and then quickly turn it off. So here we go. And I got nothing. I don't know if my starter's out or if the starter won't work yet. So the battery's charged up some more. I definitely tried a lot. Hey, something. It is just pouring. Oh, I knew the carb was off the bike for a reason, but I should just save myself some time and bought a carb kit. Man. It's literally a pool of fuel under there. Hey, at least I know it's that's starting, it's popping off. So give her a few more tries here later after my shin heals. I just bashed my shin on something, so that felt great. Sit here in the swing and let this thing charge up a little bit and rub my shin now. Oh man, that hurt. Ow. It instantly made that bruise in that spot there. There's like a knot in my shin bone now. Ow! I tried to play that off a little bit because I'm on camera, but crap, that hurt. Alright. Take this off. We'll just let this charge up a little bit and then get back at it here once the fuel soaks up a little bit. See quite a bit of rust now down here. I'm gonna try to get some steel wool on it, and front fender cleaned up really nice, and get some steel wool put on, or not put on, scrub it down with some steel wool, and maybe make that fuel line a little shorter right there so it drops down a little easier. Check my rubber boots, probably go ahead and get those sealed up a little bit better. I'm not afraid to use a little bit of like a Gorilla Tape or something to wrap around there to get a good seal at the bottom, make sure they'll withstand some of that heat and stuff. It's probably not the greatest, but it'll work. Alright, thanks for watching, and tune in a little later here. This will probably be a part of the same video, so bear with me here and we'll get this bad boy running. Or girl. Let's call her old girl. Got a runner. Man, got a runner, guys. That thing sounds awesome. Woo! Nice. I'm so excited. Yes. It sounded good. Like, didn't sound like too much of a leak going on here. I just got to probably clean that carburetor off or get a carb rebuild kit and start over again. Take that whole thing off, but at least I know now that I don't have to do anything with the engine. That I think that I know of. Maybe over the winter, if I end up keeping this, I'll you know, take it apart, take that top end off, and redo some of the gaskets and some of the maintenance needed. It is at like 24,000 miles, so it has a decent amount of mileage on it. It's seen a lot of roads, so get it back out there finally. I don't think it's been out since like the early 2000s, they said, and it hasn't ran in like probably almost a decade until what you just saw right there. So I'm gonna send this to the previous owner and stuff, and show them. Not to like gloat or anything. They just didn't have the time to spend on it anymore and get it serviced. So it just sat for about 7 to 8 years, and then they tried to get it running at one point, but it didn't, and then sat for another 3 or 4 years, they said. So this thing sounds great. It did kind of just die on its own there, but I didn't even expect it to start. So I did have the fuel shut off at first, then I turned it on. So I don't know if the fuel didn't have enough time to catch up to itself or what the case may be there, but I'm gonna let this thing charge up some more, see if it starts up again right away later off the electric start, and then again on the kickstart. Probably replace the spark plug. It seemed to be less coming out on the right side here, where it's got that patch. So I'll make sure that's either sealed up, or if it's running properly on this side, these cylinders, make sure everything is good there. Maybe I need to do a little valve adjustments, but so far so good, guys. Just spent probably 20 hours of my time on this total, if not a little bit more, to get it to this stage. And man, that sounds sweet. I can't wait to actually get my license and get it on the road. So wish me luck. I'm studying for the written test, which I should just go take. It's free, and you can take it as many times as need be. If you fail, you got to come back the next day. So yeah, better get out there and get going so I can hit the road. And then watch out for me. Watch out for motorcycles, and especially e-bikes. If you see a bicycle, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to pass it. If they are going 25 or 30 in a 25-mile-an-hour zone, you do not have to go 50 to get past them. So just keep that in mind, because these bikes aren't going anywhere. It'll only grow. We are told to ride with traffic. If you haven't been on an e-bike, it's very unsafe to ride on an uneven sidewalk or somebody pulling out of their driveway on you. We're supposed to be on the road. You guys are supposed to be looking out for us, though. So keep that in mind. Thanks for watching. Everyone have a great day. Peace.